Juvy's father, who goes by the name of Spoon, has a YouTube channel. And he's been reacting to all the leaked audio that's been coming out pertaining to the Melly case and the death of Sakchaser and Juvy. Juvy was his son. So it's only right, I feel like, if you got a platform, you got a voice, use it. And I'm going to play a small clip of Spoon responding to the interrogation video of Jacoby Mills telling investigators that Sack and Juvy were about to sell the YNW brand in a licensing deal and get a huge split, a huge lump sum of money where they were supposed to take this money and split it 3 ways, up to $500,000. Y'all check this out. And this too would give clarity on whether it was 4 or 500. Because a lot of people said 4, but Spoon said 5. They were selling the brand for $500,000, and Sack and Juvy, being co-founders, was supposed to get a cut. Y'all check this out.
The interrogation video of Jacoby Mills that dropped last week, it was brought to my attention by one of my subscribers. Another YouTuber dropped another portion, another part of the interrogation. So I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to react and tell you guys what I think. He says 400,000 because he's leaving out the 100,000 that Juvy told me that he was going to get. So with that being said, here you go.
When he first got out of jail, like I said, I don't know. I mean, I don't be trying to, like, cause them boys got money on. They know where I stay at too, type shit, you feel me? So I ain't trying to put my people in no danger, you feel me? But
do you think they would hurt your family?
yeah, you damn right. They're finna kill Sack family. Till Sack told them to move. Now they don't know where he stay at. Know where they stay at. Sack texted the mama and said, I'm not gonna see that money. At the end of the day, Sack, you weren't supposed to be getting the $200K.
Yeah,
Melly had $400K coming in. Sack kept saying he getting $200K. How you getting $200K? Your music don't even add up to what Melly said that. Your views is not the way Melly said that to get no $200K. So basically saying you was finna rob Melly type shit.
Where was the $400K coming from? SoundCloud or what?
That shit was coming from the little album shit that he signed for the year shit. Signed for a year, but you don't get all your money up front. That shit get broke down to you. Cause by the end of the year, if he'd got it all up front, I think he would have $1 million, $2 million or something. You feel me? Like, if he didn't get all his shit up front. Then when Sack kept saying he getting that $200K, Melly $400K never came. That shit kept getting pushed back. Sack kept saying we all gonna eat, bro. We're gonna be straight. I'm just looking. Everybody else like, hell yeah. But I'm like, me and my dog Toby looking at Sack like, how you getting $200K type shit? Like, your views not what Melly views at. Melly getting 73 million views. You notice?
If you stayed this far, that means I'm saying something that makes sense. I'm saying something you like. I'm saying something that got your attention. So if you stayed and you listening, hit the like button. Let's get back to the video.
White dude was like, why you got Sack and Juvy tatted on you? They not dead. I wouldn't tat nobody on me that's not dead. 2 days after that, these boys dead. Then a couple days, weeks, months after this shit, yo, Murder on My Mind shit go platinum. Gold.
You mean you talking about Melly's documentary he did?
Nah, not the documentary. The Murder on My Mind song. That bitch went gold.
No, I'm talking about when some white guy asked him about.
Oh yeah.
That was on the documentary.
Jumper. Yeah, on No Jumper shit. And he was like, I wouldn't tat nobody on me that's not dead. You feel me? That's true though. I'm not finna tat nobody on me that's not dead. Like, I'll probably tat my girl. That's my girl, but I'm not finna tat nobody on me that's not dead. Like, that don't make sense. You feel me? And then, what else? What else I was gonna say? Then another crazy thing, like, him and Jay Green just so back cool. But, like, at the same time, the boys, the beef was never really with them two. The beef was with Jay Green and Sack. Jay Green bought Sack for 5 bands. That's when, this around the time we were doing that fraud shit. They were doing that fraud shit. Borton and them had got like 10 cars, Borton and Sack. They had got bucked by Jay Green and Bentley for like 5 bands. So that's where that beef really started from, or like how they separated, all the separated and shit. That's where that beef started from. They thinking that Melly and Jay Green was beefing, and it was all about a bitch and shit. No, that shit started from Sack and Jay Green. Jay Green bought Sack on 5 bands on that fried shit. And everybody was talking crazy. Motherfuckers was acting like they gonna kill people, and motherfuckers act like they gonna do this and do that.
Well, I guess they're friends now because Cortland was seen hanging out with.
Yeah, Cortland hanging. Bro, right after they go to hanging out, I call Portland. I say, Portland, what's up with this shit? What y'all got going on, bud? He like, what you mean, bro? I like, man, you know what the fuck I mean. What y'all got going on? Y'all buddy with these niggas now? He like, yo, bro, it ain't no pressure. So I'm like, it ain't no pressure, no wreck, no gunfire, no nothing. He like, yeah, bro, it ain't none of that. Them boys straight. I'm like, all right, bro. I just was like, all right, love, fool. Then I was like, where Melly at? Yeah, Melly was he was finna get a haircut. So he came to the phone just around the time when I was telling y'all, man, y'all don't know what Sat was doing. Y'all don't know what Sat was doing. So my dog Toby and Melly get on the phone. Toby like, what's up with this shit, bro? This shit not adding up. Motherfucker saying you did this shit. Let me know something. Then Melly like gonna say, cause I guess Toby tagged Melly in the status. It was like, what you got going on or some shit, like, let me know something. And then Melly was like, boy, you tagged me on Facebook with that police ass shit. Then Toby stopped his ass. He was like, gee, you think I'm police? Nigga, what's up? You trying to take it there? It's there? It's up there? What you wanna do? It's up there? So Melly was like, nah, bro, but I don't be on that police ass shit. Don't tag me on no Facebook shit like that. You know me, man. You know what it is. Shit like that. We telling that like, Jit, you know we not no police. Like, don't even try to rock like that, Jit. No, dog.
Do you swear everything you told us today was the truth?
I swear everything I told y'all was the truth and nothing but the truth.
Man, I'm just bringing y'all that little second part of the interrogation. Once again, shout out to Jacoby for even coming forward and letting the people know what was up and that Melly was in the car. He never switched cars.
This is $1 million question right here, man. It's interesting. Listen to him right here where he say, if Melly is so innocent, why was everybody trying to vouch for Melly and his story and the part of him trying to cover it up? He even said that he think his mama is a suspect.
And think about it. Why is it so important for everybody to say that Melly wasn't there? If it really was a drive-by, he didn't do anything. Why he didn't go to the hospital with Cortland? You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Everybody is guilty. Even the mom, like I heard, like even in the recorded conversation with Duntavius Withers, they were talking about the mom called out saying her son was getting shot at in the bushes. Man, all of that is suspect, and they all need to be under investigation. And it just let me sit back. It had me sit back and thinking how many people was involved to cover up the murder of Chris. That is crazy, man. And Chris ain't do shit to none of them people. He was nice to all of them, even Jamie. When Melly got locked up in Lee County, him and Sack and Cortland, Jamie picked up Juvy and they rode down there to get Bon Melly out. You see what I'm saying? When Jamie and Chris' mom, they lived in Orangewood, and Jacoby and the boy, Jack boy, Toby, and Melly moved out of Guilford, moved to Oslo. Oslo is a little town in South Vero. Jack boy from Oslo, Melly, Sakchaser, all of them boys from down there 10th Avenue. You see what I'm saying? And they know that shit did not sound right. The story didn't sound right. I knew off rip that Chris them had guns, so the drive-by story never made sense. If you sitting in the back seat with 2 guns and a car following you down a deserted road and it's behind you just following you and pulled up beside you and shot the car up. Man, that's the dumbest story I've ever heard in my life. Whoever thought of that story is stupid. Oh my God, they so fucking slow.
Learn something new. Shit, I didn't know that they were saying that somebody followed them and they just lured them down to a dead end. Okay, so if somebody following you and they pose a threat, you could have took them on the freeway. You could have took him to the police station. Hell, you could even drove him to the front door of the fucking hospital. You take him to a dead end? I don't know, man. Spoon said he spoke to the family and they weren't happy with all this stuff coming back out. It's like digging up old bones, and the family's still grieving, man. So that's why I was kind of just the other day saying, you know, whoever put this stuff out, I just asking the question like, why did you do it? Are you trying to run a play? You finna spin a narrative and try to say that Melly is innocent or what? And some people may feel that Melly is innocent. I don't feel like he's innocent. I feel like he did.
I did speak to the family, and when they first heard this recording from the blogger who published it, they say they're going to report the video. They found it to be very disrespectful. They say they're still going through the grieving process, and the person has no sympathy or empathy for them, and I feel their pain.
If I was a juror in this situation, or if I had to be a judge, he did it. That phone is all the proof you need. You don't need a gun when you got that phone. You and just all the other forensic, just even the blood splatters and the trajectory of the bullets when somebody got outside of the truck and staged the drive-by, and one of the bullets from the right side of the door that was shot from the right and exited out of the left, it's impossible for that to happen in the midst of a drive-by the way that bullet entered the left door. It should have went through the bottom speaker of the door. So all the stuff that is why, and then his mama, man, you know, protect your son at all costs. I feel like any parent would do that. But do that make it right? No. That don't make it right at all. And I feel like for her to be fighting tooth and nails and having all these kids lured into this situation, making them a casualty of whatever your son did, is unfair to them. Because if you think about the phone and all the phone calls that Melly made that night, you really just made a lot of people accessory to that shit when you start calling around you and your mom. I'm just going off of what the family say. It, like I said, to me, covering this in content, I really don't care to talk about the stuff that's in the court. I care more so about how the family feel, because at the end of the day, you gonna trust your gut, you gonna go with your instinct, and the streets talk. And we can only look at this stuff from a point of view and break it down, especially if you're going by the court and just like say, okay, I don't know these people, but by me not knowing them is one of the reasons why I kind of feel like I lean more towards how the family feel. Because you got so many people making money off of the story. You got so many people who want to break news. You got so many people who want Melly to actually beat this stuff just so it can be a story. It can be content to be made about it, and it can float around in the algorithm. But at the end of the day, how do you think the family feel? They still grieving. That's why Spoon was like, whoever did this, you know, the family was counter threatening to take legal action because we ain't even over this. So the least I can do out of respect with my content and how I cover it, like I said, I ain't trying to spend nothing. I care about the family and how the family feel. And as long as Spoon put out things, you know, and just voicing his opinion, as long as people keep leaking stuff where like the proof is in the pudding, I'm gonna just keep breaking down old YouTube videos. I'm gonna just keep on breaking down stuff that's leaking that the family might have said or how the family might have felt that I run across, and just, you know, putting my two and two together using my common sense and just thinking how I think, but asking the question to the ones that are watching, like, how do you feel? Like, leave it in the comments, you know, what do you think? Do you think Melly did this? Do you think he innocent? Do you think that the manager might have played a role? Do you think the manager helped cover it up? Do you think his mom helped cover it up? Or do you think that this dude, real deal, was in a victim of a drive-by and he witnessed his friend get killed in his face? Now, all them other conspiracy rabbit holes that people like to go down saying that it was a sacrifice and this was the time for sacking Juvy, sacrificial lamb. Like I say, out of respect for the family, y'all do what y'all want to do and go down them rabbit holes. I'm not doing it over here. Because at the end of the day, two people are two sons. And I got brothers. I'm the oldest of 3. I'm 32 years old. My youngest brother is 22. The middle son next to me is 28 years old. So, and we from the South. We from Mississippi. You know. So some stuff it be hitting close. I don't think people be realizing that too. Like depending on where you at in the world, especially I say in the United States, if you from the East Coast, West Coast, down South, or up North, your reaction to death and the embrace that you get from your family could be totally different based on the culture that you grew up around. So some people be desensitized to these type of situations. Some people grow up and be a product of so much messed up shit to where they get numb to it. But I come from a place of love, man. I come from a place of grace, a place of peace, you know. I always say I got street friends. I grew up in a area where I witnessed a lot by the friends that I chose, but I always had a mindset to think of my own. I never followed the crowd. I always just did my own thing, and I was protected wherever I went because people knew, like, Trey ain't like that. And still to this day, you know. So the way that I see stuff and the ethics, you know, the code of the streets and how people operate, you know, that's what really just got me messed up about it, because I'm like, there's no way you could tell me Melly, if he did this, if he allegedly killed these guys, he was ever their friend. And your mama ain't never loved them boys. And that's sad. Like, that's messed up. Because I had to do that, man, to keep from getting emotional. I'm about to get off, because they ain't never loved them boys, man. Justice for Juvy and Sakchaser. I'm gonna just keep doing it with my content, you know. Like I said it the other day, you know what I'm saying? Like wherever it take me with it, but just because of how I feel for them boys, man. I don't know them. I'm pretty sure, you know, they had their differences as friends or whatever the case, but you will see stuff like this happen, and it'll start making you question and wonder and trusting the niggas that you around. Like, I can't trust, you know. Not saying me, just saying people in general. Cause we live in a fucked up culture now where people get off being slimy. People get off being fucked up. So you got so many people who around here who just not even using common sense in the situation and just like, damn, that's fucked up. That man really did that and really killed his friend. That fucked up. And they come from the mud. They grew up together. Elementary school, middle school, that's fucked up. You got people who can't even look at it that deep and look at the dynamic of the situation like that because you be so fanned out and caught up in the culture of the shit that we be influenced by, the shit that they promote. So, ending it on that, I'm just gonna say it like this, you know, just watch your friends, man. Watch your homies, you know what I'm saying? And ask God to protect you from the seen and unseen. That's what I always say. And I always say, you know, keep my friend close, but my enemy closer.